Hi, I'm Andy Dorshuk. I'm the editor of Drum Magazine. Welcome again to our series of Mitch Mitchell drum parts from the early days of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Today we're going to be looking at a song called I Don't Live Today, which is off of Are You Experienced? Unlike the other tracks we've looked at so far, there's a lot of chops, there's a lot of techniques on this song that are well worth looking at. But I'd say perhaps the most important thing about this track is it demonstrates Mitch Mitchell's inventiveness behind the drums in coming up with drum parts that are just very unusual, and particularly in the context of the day, were way outside the drumming vocabulary for rock drummers. This is most evidenced in the introduction of the song. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so we're looking at I Don't Live Today. It starts out with a very unusual drum part. It's not difficult to play, but as I said, it really shows how Mitch orchestrated drum parts and really put thought into the parts that he played. It starts with eighth notes on the bass drum, a flam on a snare flam on 2, and a cymbal crash on 4. And I sort of punch that cymbal crash a little bit on the bass drum too, but otherwise you want that cymbal crash to ring. So here's what it sounded like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mitch plays that really unusual drum part for the first verse of the song. And when he comes back in for the chorus, he plays a slightly more conventional part, only in that the bass drum's on 1 and the snare's on a backbeat. But it's still unusual that he's filling, again, every 2 bars. Keep in mind that he also, on the chorus, accents the 1 and the 2 along with the guitar and bass. And the other kind of interesting aspect of his part on the chorus is that at the end of every phrase he doubles up the feel. I'll show you what I mean. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next thing that happens is Hendrix's guitar solo. And once again, I mean, it's very typical of Mitch's playing at the beginning with Experience. He takes advantage of the fact that there's openness in the arrangement there and plays lots of fills to the solo. Otherwise, he is kind of playing that standard Mitch Mitchell version of a boogaloo beat underneath the solo. Here's a little taste of the types of things he's doing, if not verbatim. It's in the spirit of which he's playing during that part. 2, 3, 4. One thing I want to point out is another real Mitch Mitchell signature lick. You're going to hear it on a bunch of his early tracks with the Hendrix Experience. It's 2 quick eighth notes on the snare drum, followed by a single stroke 4, and that's played as triplets. I'm going to just repeat that over and over for you on the snare drum just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. 2, 3, 4. After Hendrix's solo, they go back into a chorus. Mitch plays it very much like the previous choruses. And after that is a long, extended instrumental section where, once again, Mitch just takes advantage of it and turns it into basically a drum solo. And I think this is part of the beauty of the chemistry between Hendrix and Mitchell. I mean, let's face it, no offense to Noel Redding fans, but Noel really held down the bass lines without a lot of ornamentation, allowing Hendrix and Mitchell to play off of each other. And these guys were two virtuosos, so what you got was just a tremendous amount of communication, which is what you hear at the end of this track. Once again, thank you for checking into drummagazine.com, and we'll see you next time with more Mitch Mitchell licks.